Y'all know I love my Spider-Man. And we get some goodies today. They're dropping some little hints about Spider-Man 2. Now, this was reported by Tom Phillips at Eurogamer, but it actually comes from Marvel's creative vice president, Bill Roseman, I believe. And he says some interesting facts about Spider-Man 2's story. So I'm going to play the reveal trailer as I talk about this. He has described Insomniac's upcoming Spider-Man 2 as a darker follow-up to the original game. He says, quote, "If the first Spider-Man game was Star Wars, Spider-Man 2 is kind of our empire. It gets a little darker." End quote. And that's all he gave us. It's, he kind of leaves it hanging there. This was from a podcast on This Week in Marvel. And it's just enough to get the internet buzzing, right? You drop darker, you drop Empire Strikes Back, and people start turning their heads like, oh, wait, well, what now? Because if you've played the first Spider-Man on PS4 or PS5, you know that the game is pretty lighthearted. It gets heavy there at the end. But overall, it's kind of a playful, colorful first entry. And then you get into the Miles Morales game, and it's kind of the same vibes. Again, it gets a little dark every now and then, but it's, upbeat music and really cool. And then we get this reveal trailer that you guys are watching here, and we get Venom. Venom's coming to the game. So you 100% got to go darker, man, right? You have got to go all in on the darkness if you're bringing Venom. And maybe Kraven, but unconfirmed at this point. It makes me very happy to hear that they're saying, we're going darker. It's a little darker, but we're going darker because if you're bringing Venom in, you're bringing in these heavier elements. It's a sequel. So you've proven yourself with the first one, just like Star Wars, perfect example. Empire Strikes Back comes out, and it's pretty dark and not, it's not all roses and daisies for our heroes. So the fact that he brings that up means it maybe get pretty dark here for old Pete and Miles. Now, this isn't really tied to the darkness, but do you guys think this is going to be co-op? Like, are you going to get to play as both, or are you going to get to switch between who you want? Because I'm torn between getting to play with whoever you want versus playing as certain people in the story. Like, hey, this part is Miles, and this part's Peter, and this part's Miles. Now, I think it would be absolutely sick if you could play as either, right? But I don't know. I think it's gonna be more like, hey, just check this out. And I'm gonna bring it back. You guys see Venom one more time because he looks incredible. There he is. Bam. And you get the black and white costume right there. Right? Yeah, that's right. So I'm super pumped. And he also gave us a little teaser about Wolverine. He just says that, we will eventually reveal when Wolverine is aimed to launch. And for more, go back to the trailers and study them. They are packed with details and Easter eggs. So he gave us a little nugget for Wolverine, basically saying, hey, I'm not going to say anything yet, but go back to the trailer, check it out. And they've found some stuff like, I think the license plate had the original Wolverine comics line, or there's some other things tied to Wolverine in the world. And, people are good at finding stuff like that. But all in all, I'm so happy to hear that they're getting a little bit darker with this. The fact that it's the second one, the fact that it's Venom, and the fact that they've honestly proven and earned the right to go darker, right? I mean, these guys have killed it with Spider-Man and Miles Morales. So I trust them. They do their thing. Get a little dark. It's going to make me happy. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments what you think about going dark, and especially calling out the Star Wars versus Empire Strikes Back. Very interesting comparison.